Your brain has lied to you at least 6 times since you woke up this morning. I'll prove it. It told you everyone noticed the coffee stain on your shirt. They didn't. It told you that 9 a.m. email sounded passive-aggressive. It wasn't. It told you that if you just got the job, the car, the relationship, then you'd finally be happy. You won't. 6 lies before lunch. And those are just the ones I'm willing to tell you about on camera. Here's the strange part. Your brain isn't lying because it hates you. Your brain is lying because it thinks the lies are keeping you alive. In the 1970s, 2 psychologists named Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky proved that human brains make the same mistakes, predictably, reliably, every single day. One of them won a Nobel Prize for it. Today, I'm going to paint the 4 biggest lies your brain whispers to you, every day, without permission. By the end of this video, you won't fully trust it again, and honestly, that's a good thing. Lie number 1. Everyone is looking at you. You walk through the office with a coffee stain on your shirt. It's right there, front and center, the size of a small country. And in your head, every single one of the 47 people in that building is looking at it. The guy at the front desk, the intern by the printer, that one coworker who always squints at you suspiciously. They've all seen it. They're probably starting a group chat about it right now. You spend the rest of the day holding your bag in front of your chest like it's a small medieval shield. Here's what was actually happening. Maybe 2 people noticed. One of them forgot about it within 4 seconds because their phone buzzed. The other one was thinking about her own shirt, which she's pretty sure makes her look weird. You spent the entire day starring in a movie. And nobody else bought a ticket. In 1990, at Cornell University, a psychologist named Thomas Gilovich decided to test exactly how loud this lie really is. He asked college students to put on a t-shirt featuring a pop star considered deeply embarrassing at the time. Vanilla Ice. Yes, that Vanilla Ice. Then he sent them into a room full of strangers. Before walking in, he asked the students to estimate how many people would notice the shirt. The students guessed about half the room. Maybe more. Definitely a humiliating amount. The actual number? Around 25%. Half of what they predicted. And most of them couldn't even remember what was on the shirt 30 seconds later. Psychologists call this the spotlight effect. Your brain genuinely believes there's a giant spotlight following you around, illuminating your hair, your shirt, that one thing you said in a meeting in 2019. 24 hours a day. Glowing. That spotlight does not exist. But here's the part that should genuinely set you free. Every single person in that room? They were thinking the spotlight was on them. The guy at the front desk was worried about his haircut. The intern was replaying something she said on a call. That suspicious coworker, convinced everyone noticed she gained weight? Everyone is starring in their own movie. Nobody has time to be a critic in yours. You're not under a spotlight. You're sitting in everyone else's audience. And they didn't notice you walk in. Lie number 2. This bad moment is who you are today. You got 9 compliments. You also got 1 criticism. Guess which one is keeping you up at 11 p.m. Or, you gave a 28-minute presentation. It went well. Really well. You stumbled on 3 words around minute 12. Now guess what you're remembering on the drive home. Or, your friend texted you about 5 different things. You only remember the one tiny thing they were a little annoyed about. This isn't your personality. This isn't proof you're broken. This is the second lie. And it might be the most expensive one of all. Psychologists call it the negativity bias. Your brain dedicates roughly 5 times more bandwidth to processing negative information than positive information. 5 times. A compliment lands and disappears like a snowflake on a windshield. A criticism lands and sets up a small permanent campsite inside your skull, complete with firewood and a tent and a will to stay there for several years. Why? Picture your ancestor, the chill one, the one who smiled at a pretty flower while strolling through tall grass. That ancestor was lunch. Now picture the other ancestor, the anxious one, the one who flinched at every rustle in the bushes, the one who assumed every shadow was a predator, the one who lay awake at 3 a.m., wondering if a saber-toothed tiger was nearby. That nervous, paranoid, hyper-vigilant ancestor? That's your great-great-great-grandparent. You inherited a brain built for surviving, not for feeling good. Happiness was never the goal. Staying alive was. The problem is the bushes aren't dangerous anymore. But your brain didn't get the memo. So now it treats a rude email like a saber-toothed tiger. It treats a single criticism like a life-threatening event. It treats a slightly unenthusiastic K text like a public execution. One bad moment becomes your whole day. One sad thought becomes your whole mood. One mistake becomes, this is who I am. It's not. That bad moment is just 1 second of your life, held under a flashlight by a brain that thinks the flashlight is keeping you alive. Your brain isn't trying to make you sad. It's trying to keep you from getting eaten by a lion that isn't there anymore. Lie number 3. You'll be happy when... This is the sneakiest lie of all, because it sounds like motivation. Your brain whispers it constantly, sometimes loudly, sometimes in the background, like a song you didn't know was playing. You'll be happy when you get the job. You'll be happy when you lose 5 pounds. You'll be happy when you can afford the apartment. You'll be happy when they finally text you back. And here's the thing. You always do get there. Eventually. Some version of it. The job arrives. The pounds disappear. The apartment is yours. You're happy for about 3 weeks. Then your brain leans in and whispers, okay, great. But now you'll be happy when it never stops. Not once. Not ever. In the 1990s, 2 psychologists, Daniel Gilbert at Harvard and Tim Wilson at Virginia, gave this lie a name. They called it affective forecasting. The ability to predict how you'll feel in the future. Their finding? Humans are catastrophically bad at it. Their most famous study tracked 2 groups: lottery winners, people who had just won millions of dollars, and accident survivors who had become permanently paralyzed. 1 year after the event, both groups reported almost identical levels of happiness. The lottery winners weren't floating on clouds. The accident survivors weren't drowning in despair. Both had drifted, quietly and inevitably, back to roughly the same baseline they had before. There's a term for this: hedonic adaptation. Your brain adapts to everything. Everything. The new car? Week 3, it's just your car. The new partner? Month 6, that's just your partner. The new house? Year 1, it's just your house. The dream job you fought for over 5 years? By month 4, it's just Tuesday. Your brain isn't designed to keep you happy. That's not its job. Its job is to keep you alive and keep you wanting more. Wanting is what made your ancestors hunt. Keep moving, keep searching, keep going. A satisfied caveman doesn't get up to find food. A satisfied caveman dies. So your brain made sure you would never ever feel fully satisfied for long. Which is why I'll be happy when is the most expensive lie in your head. It dangles a carrot you can never quite reach, because the carrot keeps moving. Every time you almost touch it, your brain quietly slides it 3 feet further down the road. Your brain isn't designed to reach the finish line. It's designed to move it. Lie number 4. You already know the truth. The last lie is the most dangerous one, because it doesn't feel like a lie. It feels like intelligence. You read an article. You agree with it. You think, finally, someone is telling the truth. You read another article. Different conclusion. You think, fake news, bad source, probably written by a bot. You weren't analyzing the evidence. You were checking whether it matched what you already believed. Psychologists call this confirmation bias. It was first formally tested in 1960 by a British psychologist named Peter Wason. He gave people a simple logic puzzle. Almost everyone failed it the same way. They searched for evidence that confirmed their first guess and quietly ignored evidence that disproved it. 66 years later, your brain is still doing the same thing, right now, while watching this video. Here's the metaphor that finally made it click for me. Your brain is not a scientist. Your brain is a lawyer. A scientist looks at the evidence first, then forms a belief. A lawyer forms a belief first, then hunts down evidence to defend it. Your brain is a full-time defense attorney for whatever you already believe. That's why changing your mind feels physically uncomfortable. That's why nobody on Twitter has ever ended an argument with, you were right. That's why you can listen to someone for 10 minutes and somehow only hear the parts that prove they're wrong. And here's the part that should genuinely scare you. Social media algorithms know this. They've built entire empires on it. Every scroll feeds your brain another piece of evidence that confirms what you already believe. The algorithm doesn't care if it's true. It cares if you keep scrolling. And nothing keeps you scrolling like the warm, addictive feeling of being right. After 2 hours on the feed, you don't feel smarter. You feel more certain. But certainty isn't truth. Certainty is just a feeling. And your brain serves it to you in unlimited refills. Your brain isn't searching for the truth. It's searching for agreement. So let's recap. Your brain lies to you about whether people are looking. It lies to you about what matters. It lies to you about what will make you happy. It lies to you about what's true. 4 lies. Every day. On loop. Sounds like a pretty terrible roommate, right? Wrong. Every single one of these lies is an ancient survival strategy, still running on a machine that's just trying, very hard, in its outdated way to keep you alive. Everyone is looking at you. Kept your ancestor from getting kicked out of the tribe. Being kicked out of the tribe meant dying alone in the woods. This bad moment is who you are. Kept your ancestor remembering exactly which berries killed Steve last Tuesday. You'll be happy when. Kept your ancestor hunting, walking, climbing, searching. Stopping meant starving. You already know the truth. Kept your ancestor from wasting precious mental energy second-guessing himself while a saber-toothed tiger was actively chasing him. Your brain doesn't lie to hurt you. It lies because it loves you, in the only way a 200,000-year-old machine knows how. The problem is, you don't live on the savannah anymore. You live on Twitter. You live in group chats. You live in inboxes and grocery lines and Sunday afternoons that feel quietly heavy for no reason. The lions are gone. The brain is still scanning the bushes. So the next time it whispers one of those 4 lies, don't fight it. Don't shame it. Just notice. Pat it gently on the head and say, I see you, brain. I know you mean well, but there's no lion today. Your weird brain isn't broken. It's just trying to save a version of you that doesn't exist anymore. Painted simple. If you caught your brain lying at least once while watching this video, congratulations. You just upgraded. Subscribe to Painted Brain. Every week, I take one weird thing your brain does and paint it simple. The next video might just expose another lie you've been believing your whole life. See you in the next one.